Hello everybody, it's Meg, and in this video I'm going to show you how to build a few fancy fountains. Thank you so much for the suggestion for this tutorial. I must say, fountains aren't exactly my forte, but I think these ones turned out very well. As you can see, I have these 4 fountains here. They're not too complicated, but it's going to take a little bit to get through each one, so let's go. This first fountain is... well, you can see exactly what it is. But let's go ahead and start with the base of it. We're going to cut out this circle shape and fill it in with whatever blocks you want to use for the floor. Once we have that, we have a few blocks to place on the corners of this circle, and then the rest of it is going to be filled in with regular stairs. And once we're done with that, we'll just trace around that whole outer edge with slabs. Also, feel free to use whatever blocks you want for this fountain, as well as all of the other fountains in this video. Unless it's purple blocks. Yeah, don't use those, but you can use anything else. Now we just need to add our statue in the center, so we're going to count 4 blocks from any edge, and that will be where the front of the statue is. I'm going to call it the middle layer, even though it technically isn't the middle layer, and it's not even in the middle of the fountain, so I hope you don't get confused by that. Also, I'm using quite a variety of upside down and regular stairs, and I tried my best to indicate which one was which in my guides. So now I'm going to add one more layer to the front of this one, and that is the front of the statue complete. Now going around to the back, we have 3 more layers to add, so you can take your time and add those. They're really not that complicated because this is such a small statue. I did my best to try to make it look like a figure, but trying to build a statue on this scale is extremely difficult. I hope it looks okay to you guys. I think it turned out pretty good. Now all we have to do is just add our water inside of her pot, and there we go. You can even add additional water around the edges to kind of fill in the fountain, and it's done! This next fountain doesn't exactly look like a normal fountain, it's more of like an arbor that has water overflowing the sides. But let's start it anyway. We're going to create these 2 half circles that are 5 blocks apart. And inside of those, you can fill in the floors with whatever blocks you like. And that's really all we need for this part. We're not going to be adding anything fancy to the edges, although you could if you really wanted to. We're just going to be adding this tunnel of sorts in the middle. I'm going to place these 4 blocks, and that's just to mark where these arches need to go, so you can go ahead and build those out. It's going to kind of resemble an arbor from a garden. At least that's what I was picturing as I was designing it. Now that we have both of our arches, we need to connect them in just a few specific places. We're going to fill in the 3x3 area on top, then 1 more row right below that. Then we're going to skip a block and place another row right below those stairs, and then 1 more row of 3 that will be sticking out 1 block, and this will just create a stair-step effect for when we place our water. I'm also going to fill in the wall right underneath that last row, and then on either side of it I'm going to be placing these cobblestone stairs just for extra decoration, and then an additional upside down stair right on the top center of those arches. Now directly inside I'm going to add some just additional decoration by placing a couple of upside down stairs in the center, a couple of slabs on either side of that, and then a cobblestone wall on top of the stairs. And even if you don't use this exact decoration, you will need something here to prevent the water from pouring in down those holes, so that is why these are here. Plus it just adds extra detail, because who doesn't love detail, right? One more thing I'm going to do is to fill in the ceiling with slabs and stairs to connect those arches, and the main reason for this is just to prevent the water from dripping if that bothers you in Minecraft. Next we just place our water on the very top. I know it's not exactly a fountain, but it's still pretty cool looking, and you could decorate it like a garden or however you'd like to decorate it. I just think it looks a little plain without something around it, so I added a bunch of flowers and leaves. This next fountain is probably going to be the most normal looking of all of these fountains. We're going to start off by creating this diamond base. I'm choosing a theme of sand and sandstone for mine, but again, it could be any blocks you want. So once you have that filled in, all along the edge we're just going to line it with a solid block, and then on each side we'll just line that with some stairs. And that's as far as we're going to go for the edge. Just a very simple design here. Now we just need to find the center of this fountain and build it up layer by layer. On the first layer we will have the stairs facing upright, while the second layer we will have our stairs upside down. Next layer we're going to create a platform that's the larger half of the fountain. We'll also be lining it with upside down stairs. On the next layer we will spread out these blocks with the intention of them creating multiple waterfalls, and these again will have upside down stairs that are on their edges. Next layer, pretty simple, we're just adding slabs on all of those stairs and one more block in the middle. Now we just need to make the top platform, which is going to be just like the bottom one, just scaled way down. So it's going to be the same thing with the upside down stairs on the base, the four corners with their upside down stairs, and the slabs on top. Now to add the water, we just pour one bucket in the very top center. You will also have to add 4 extra buckets of water to the corners on the bigger platform so that it can go out all of the edges. How beautiful! This last fountain design is going to be fancier from all of the rest, and I'm probably going to be decorating it a little bit more, but let's start it by creating our floor shape and filling it in with whatever blocks you want. I did a combination of prismarine bricks and prismarine for mine, because it just looks really good in fountains. Why didn't I use it in the others then? Huh, I don't even know. Anyway, once I'm done with that, I'm going to line the edge with some stone brick and put some upside down stairs on the edges. I'm also going to be doing my first layer in the middle with this stone brick, but the rest of this build is going to be in quartz. So now I'm just going to line the edge with a couple rows of quartz slabs. Now we're going to create this fancy design in the middle, and to do this I'm going to create a pillar that's 5 blocks high in the very center, and on one side of that I'm going to create this interesting shape. And once you've created it on one side, you can just duplicate that on all of the other sides. On top of this, now we're going to create this flat platform that will be lined with upside down stairs. On the next layer, we're going to be placing slabs in these locations, as well as some obsidian in the center corners. And I'm using obsidian for a very specific reason, as you'll see when we're done. Now this next layer has a lot of extra detail, so pay close attention. It has upside down stairs on the edges and bottom half slabs on the corners. I also replaced 4 of the blocks in the middle with glowstone just so it can light up the top of it at nighttime, so those are completely optional. Now we're going to add some smaller decorations, kind of like the ones we did on the bottom, on each side. Now to top off this fountain, I'm going to place 1 block in the middle, which makes the perfect pedestal for a dragon egg. Now we just have to place our water, and it's just going to go in the very center, right between all that obsidian, and 1 bucket should do the trick for this entire fountain. Now you have a decoration as well as a nice home for your dragon egg. Well, there you have it, 4 fancy fountain designs. I hope you guys liked this tutorial. Which one was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below and leave a like, and also consider subscribing if you want to see more tutorials. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll see you some other time. Bye!